Hello everyone, this is my new YouTube channel and today I'm going to talk about some basics of artificial intelligence and some concepts of machine learning, and we can go through a real world problem that exists in our world by the end of this video. So let's get into the video. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a theory and development of computer systems that can perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. There are four types of artificial intelligences, and the first type is reactive machines. A reactive machine follows the most basic of AI principles, and as its name implies, it is capable of only using its intelligence to perceive and react to the world in front of it. A reactive machine cannot store a memory and as a result cannot rely on past experiences to inform decision making in real time. And the next one is limited memory. Limited memory is Limited memory has the ability to store previous data and predictions when gathering information and weighing potential decisions, essentially looking into the past for clues on what may come next. Limited memory AI is more complex and presents greater possibilities and reactive machines. Limited memory AI is created when a team continuously trains a model in how to analyze and utilize new data, or an AI environment is built so models can automatically train and renewed. And the next type is the theory of mind. Theory of mind is just that theoretical. We have not yet achieved the technological and scientific capabilities necessary to reach this next level of AI. The concept is based on the psychological premise of understanding that other living things have thoughts and emotions that affect the behavior of one's self. In terms of AI machines, this would mean that AI could comprehend how humans, animals, and other machines feel and make decisions through self reflection and determination, and then will utilize that information to make decisions of their own. And the next type is self awareness. Once the area of mind can be established in artificial intelligence, sometime well into the future, the final step will be for AI to become self aware. This kind of artificial intelligence possesses human level consciousness and understands its own existence in the world, as well as the presence and emotion state of others. It would be able to understand what others may need based on not just what they communicate to them, but how they communicate to it. And these are all the types of AI. And let's move on to the machine. These are some examples of AI. We all know these voice assistants in our mobiles. iPhone has Siri, and Android phones are having Google Assistant, Alexa. The self-driving cars like Tesla, etc. Robo advisors, conversational bots, email spam filters, Netflix's recommendations, etc. are all examples of AI. Okay, let's move into the machine learning concepts now. Machine learning. Machine learning is an application of AI that provides systems the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. These machine learning models are trained so that we don't need to program it, right? Machine learning focuses on the development of computer programs that can access data and use it to learn for themselves. These machine learning also have types, some machine learning methods, not types. These are some machine learning algorithms which are classified into four divisions. The first one is supervised machine learning algorithm. This can apply what has been learned in the past to new data using labeled examples to predict future events. Starting from the analysis of a known training dataset, the learning algorithm produces an inferred function to make predictions about the output values. The system is able to provide targets for any new input after sufficient training. The learning algorithm can also compare its output with the correct intended output and find errors in order to modify the model accordingly. Moving forward to the unsupervised machine learning algorithms, These are used when the information used to train is neither classified nor labeled. There is no dataset, nothing, then it is an unsupervised machine learning algorithm. Unsupervised learning studies how systems can infer a function to describe a hidden structure from unlabeled data. The system doesn't figure out the right output, but it explores the data and can draw inferences from data sets to describe hidden structures from unlabeled data. And the third method is semi-supervised. Semi-supervised machine learning algorithms fall somewhere in between supervised and unsupervised learning. Since they use both labeled and unlabeled data for training, typically a small amount of labeled data and a large amount of unlabeled data. The systems that use this method are able to considerably improve learning accuracy. Usually, semi-supervised learning is chosen when the acquired labeled data requires skilled and relevant resources in order to train it or learn from it. Otherwise, acquiring unlabeled data generally doesn't require additional resources, right? Okay, let's move on to the reinforcement machine learning algorithms. Reinforcement machine learning algorithms is a learning method that interacts with its environment by producing actions and discovers errors or rewards. Trial and error search and delayed reward are the most relevant characteristics of reinforcement learning. This method allows machines and software agents to automatically determine the ideal behavior within a specific context in order to maximize its performance. Simple reward feedback is required for the agent to learn which action is best. This is known as the reinforcement signal. And that is all about the machine learning methods. Let's move on to a real world machine learning problem. Fraudulent transactions. A fraudulent transaction is the unauthorized use of an individual's accounts or payment information. Fraudulent transactions can result in the victim's loss of funds, personal property, and personal information. So, we can learn about this fraudulent transactions today. Things people used to buy at shops years ago are now purchased online. Everything is being online, either Amazon or Flipkart or any other e-commerce website, no matter what they are, furniture, food, or clothes. As a result, the global e-commerce market is rapidly rising and estimated to reach $4.9 trillion by 2021, as we are into 2022 now, this year. This undoubtedly triggers members of the criminal world to find paths to victims' wallets through the web. I think you got some idea about fraudulent transactions. Fraudulent detection. Fraud detection with machine learning. Fraud detection with machine learning becomes possible due to ability of ML algorithms to learn from historical fraud patterns and recognize them in future transactions. This we build a machine learning model which recognizes and uses to predict the future patterns of future transactions in which the fraudulent transactions will be reduced. Machine learning algorithms appear more effective than humans when it comes to the speed of information processing. Also, ML algorithms are able to find sophisticated fraud traits that humans simply cannot detect, right? Types of internet fraud. There are various types of internet fraud nowadays. One is the email phishing and payment fraud, credit card and bank loan scams, identity theft, ID document forgery, fake account identification, and many more. Internet frauds are happening nowadays because of the online transactions and online shopping by the people. These frauds are taking advantage of the people and making frauds in different ways to make people fools. Email phishing is a kind of cybercrime that involves spreading fake sites and messages to users, then using the data they share as a result. Email phishing has become a popular and fast way to steal confidential data. If a person is not aware of the possible consequences, he or she may enter their vulnerable data into the fake access window, put themselves at a big risk of being compromised. Payment frauds. Payment fraud detection is the most common fraud type tackled by AI. Its variations are as diverse as fraudsters' imaginations. However, here are a few of the most common types of payment frauds: lost cards, or stolen cards, or ID card theft and card non-recepted, etc. And the next one is identity theft. Information such as victim's name or bank details, email addresses, passwords, passport or identification details, and other valuable information to gain access to accounts is under great threat. If a professional identity thief comes into the game, identity theft is a critical form of cybercrime, putting both individuals and enterprise at the risk of unpleasant consequences. There are three types of identity theft: real name theft, synthetic theft, and account takeover. The collected information is used to register new bank or credit card and or mobile phone account, etc. And the next one is ID document forgery. Before, a person could only buy a fake ID for a lot of money in the black market. But now, with the boom of e-commerce websites, various websites offer their forging services for as little as $100 and as much as $3,000 for one document. The lower the price of a fake document, the poorer its quality. Expensive IDs are fabricated so masterfully that it becomes nearly impossible to verify their legitimacy and prevent fraud. The fact that fake IDs have become easier to put the safety of many services that have automated personality verification systems at risk, along with the safety of service owners and users. If a person has fooled the system and got verified, he or she can then use the resource for their interest and get away with it, leaving others users fooled and fake account identification. Nowadays, these fake accounts are more appearing in social media accounts. The process of verifying such accounts includes checking the account registrations, details, and the accessing network, and finally the IP and MAC address of the device, creating accounts with the same personality. The process of fake account detection depends on the rate of engagement and false activity. It is assumed that fake accounts usually have a large number of friends or followers, while their profiles hardly show any sign of user interactions. Also, there is usually a number of likes, comments, and friend requests from the fake account that are noticeably higher than the average for real users. Okay, we have got to the end of this video. As long as the modern world is overwhelmed with card not present transactions online, the banking and retail sectors are under threat and face many fraud cases. Email phishing, payment fraud, identity theft, document forgery, and fake accounts contribute to the high level of criminal attacks on vulnerable users' data and lead to data breaches. As old role-based algorithms for fraud detection fade into the past, new top-notch methods based on machine learning algorithms for fraud detection and prevention are bringing greater value to the businesses with their real-time work, speed, and efficiency. That's all for this video. I hope everyone learned something from this video about the fraudulent transactions or artificial intelligence or concepts of machine learning and what are their types, etc. I have gone through a real world problem, and in the upcoming videos we can develop a machine learning model in order to solve all these real world problems. I have given a real world problem in this video. There are a lot more problems in this world. Please try to identify the problems around you. These problems are within the world or within within the surroundings of yourself. Everyone can identify these problems, and if you know some concepts of machine learning or some math, etc., you can develop a machine learning model in order to solve the problem. which you have identified. We can learn it in the upcoming videos. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching.